Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Zackary here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the T-72B3M. The T-72 is a family of Soviet-made battle tanks that first entered production in 1971. About 20,000 T-72 tanks have been built, and refurbishment has enabled many to remain in service for decades. The T-72A, introduced in 1979, is considered a second-generation main battle tank. It was widely exported and saw service in 40 countries and in numerous conflicts. The T-72B3 version, introduced in 2010, is considered a third-generation main battle tank. So right here we have the T-72B3, which is the most modernized version of the T-72 currently used by the Russian army. This here basically is a combination of all the various upgrades over the extended amount of times. Basically what this is a kind of add-on to the B3, which basically gives it a little bit more armor, some protective armor on the sides, and some kind of heat kind of shielding with like the mesh kind of fences or something, or shields that kind of put on the side there. But basically what it is just a little bit of extra armor onto the tank. In addition, the gun here is a little bit different. It's same type of gun, but it also has the capability now to fire anti-tank missiles from the barrel, which is kind of a common theme with a lot of the modern Russian MBTs. So really cool design, and the fact that they were able to keep a tank like this in service for as long as they have is really quite impressive. And the B3 or the B3M variant, definitely a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, really interesting tank, really cool, and I think I did a design for it a long time ago. Good to kind of come back and finally redo it after so long, and doing a lot of the Russian MBTs. Definitely have a lot of cool ones hopefully coming very soon for you guys. But yeah, the T-72B3M arguably probably one of my favorite Russian MBTs really out there. Let's go ahead and kind of dive into it, take a look here at what we got going on. On the front we have the reactive armor here represented by those prismarine blocks. Works pretty good for what we're trying to accomplish here. I think it looks pretty decent at least. We have the main gun here, pretty good detailed gun. Looks really nice. Obviously the turret itself, I love the T kind of, is it called, what do you consider a T series? I don't know. Basically the Russian MBTs, they just look so sweet, such a low profile, just look awesome. So absolutely love the tank. The turret looks awesome. We have obviously the dish gun mounted on top here, the various hatches for the crew, and you know, a few little instruments and stuff like that on top here. Lots of obviously extra reactive armor and all that stuff, as this is a very modernized T-72B3M. One thing that is kind of optional for this tutorial is that a lot of times in parades you see this kind of Russian army logo on the side of a lot of their vehicles. I don't really think they keep this on when they enter into a combat type scenario, but I think it looks really cool, so I want to go ahead and added it anyway. You can easily just replace it if you don't want it, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. On the back here we have obviously the vents over the engine deck, a lot of good detail in here, and just overall really nice looking. And as I mentioned, this is the modernized version, the B3M, and the main telltale here is it has this kind of mesh, or basically what we're using as iron bars here, kind of shields that are mounted around the engine bay here on the back. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this overview for this tank. Looks really sick, and again, is going to make an awesome addition. I think this variant here entered service in 2016, so a very modern Russian MBT for you guys to go ahead and use. Anyways, let's go ahead and begin this tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into the tutorial, we're going to be going ahead and start with our first layer, layer number 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs like this across, followed by 2 nether brick top slabs coming off those 2 slabs. We then want to place down a green terracotta block, followed by a green shulker box like that to the side, dark oak on the shulker box item frame, and a green terracotta block in the item frame. After that, we're going to go ahead and then place down 2 dark oak wood stairs and 2 stairs coming off the back of those. We're going to go ahead and repeat the same design here a total of 2 more times. So green terracotta block, shulker box, dark oak wood button, item frame, green terracotta block, 2 dark oak wood stairs, and 2 stairs on the back. We're going to go and do the same thing 1 more time. So just like this, and like so. Once we have that done, we should have something that looks like this here for our road wheels on the track. We're going to go and then place down 2 nether brick slabs, 2 nether brick top slabs, and that right there is going to wrap that section off there. We want to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood trapdoors across like so, and then we're going to place down a row of dark oak wood slabs in front of this row, so 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go and then go to the front here, and we want to go to the nether brick slab here. We're going to place down 3 nether brick tops, or dark oak wood top slabs over. And we can go and then fill in the space in here in between those rows, like this, completely closing this whole area off, like so. And we're just going to fill that in completely. Now once that's done, we're going to then take our nether brick slabs, nether brick top slabs, and we're going to basically repeat the same design we did over on the other side here for the tracks. I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit faster for this section, as I already kind of covered the other side in detail. If you do get a little confused, just refer to the other side, just look over at it, and it's exactly the same thing, so there's no need to worry about that. And you can also slow the video down, whichever works best for you guys. But again, just know it's the same thing on both sides here for our tracks. And our 2 nether brick slabs in the front here, and 2 nether brick top slabs. And that's going to basically wrap up that. Here's a bit of a view of what it looks like from up above here. Pretty straightforward stuff, nothing too crazy. Anyways, that right there is it for layer number 1. And with that, let's move into layer number 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 2. For layer 2, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row of 2 green terracotta blocks on top of those nether brick slabs. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 2 nether brick walls coming off those 2 blocks. We want to go ahead and then wrap dark oak wood signs around these walls. So just like this, and same thing over here. Dark oak wood signs around these walls just like that. From there, we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides here, a zombie head here on the insides next to those 2 nether brick walls, and we want to go and then place down a row of 3 of prismarine slabs here across like so. And these are the dark prismarine as well. We're going to then place down an additional row of 3 directly behind those blocks, and we're going to then place down 1 and 2 green terracotta blocks to the side here, and 1 and 2 followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor again to both sides. At this point right here, you can kind of pick and choose what you guys want to add. I'm going to be going ahead and doing this design here for the side. This is something, again, that is optional. I really think it's only a parade thing that they do, but I do think it looks super cool and adds a little bit of a splash of color to the build. So for this, real simple, over here on the right side, we're going to place down an acacia wood upside down there, acacia wood plank, red shulker box, acacia wood plank, and an acacia wood stair. And on the acacia wood planks, we're going to place down these ladders, and then acacia wood button there on the center red shulker box. If you do not want to include this, no big deal. Just go ahead and place down 5 green terracotta blocks with dark oak wood trapdoors on the side, just like we did up here. And over here on this side, it's a little bit different. We're going to place down a dark oak wood, or a acacia wood stair, acacia wood plank, red shulker box, acacia wood plank, and acacia wood upside down stair. And again, our ladders here, and acacia wood button there on the side. Once that's done, we're going to fill in the space here in between with green terracotta. So if you didn't include this, then you would also fill in the space here in the middle, unless you were trying to do some type of interior or something. We then want to go and place down a row of 7 of green terracotta all the way across. So again, a row of 7 all the way across here, and a dark oak wood trapdoor like that. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 green terracotta blocks back. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to then place down a row of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 of nether brick stairs like that. We're going to then fill in the space here in between these green terracotta blocks, just basically closing this area off like so. And we're going to then take iron bars, go into the side here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 iron bars going back, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 back like that. Once that's done, we're going to then place down a row of 3 mossy cobblestone walls. From the previous layer, we're going to go ahead and also add on a dark oak wood trapdoor like that to both sides. We're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 5 spruce wood slabs across, and a wither skeleton skull to both sides of that row. We then want to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off these 2 slabs here. And we're also going to place down a dark oak wood sign coming off those fence gates. We're going to place down a iron bar here in between and to the sides of these fence gates. And then we're going to place down a row of 5 of them across the top. So just like that. And that's actually a bit more than we need to do here. That's kind of go into the next layer, but just might as well get it done on the back there so we don't have to worry about it later. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up this layer. Let's move on to our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 3. For layer 3 to go and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak trapdoors on top of those 2 narrow brick walls. And we're going to go then place down 2 daylight detectors directly behind those walls. From that, we're going to go ahead and take our spruce wood slabs. So we're going to grab some spruce wood slabs and place down a row 2 on both sides there. And then we're going to take our spruce wood stairs and place down a row 2 of spruce wood stairs on both sides. We then want to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of these 2 spruce wood stairs. And we want to go and then go to the inside here. We're going to place down a row of prismarine slabs like that between those spruce wood stairs. We're also going to place down redstone comparators like this on top of those prismarine blocks, and item frames coming off those redstone comparators, and we're going to place down snowballs in those item frames for the front headlights. After that, we're going to go and then grab our green shulker boxes. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 along the side here, and same thing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We can then go ahead and fill in the whole middle space here with green terracotta, closing this area off. So we're going to fill this in. So we have 4 rows of 5. We're going to go to 5 and 6 rows. Now once we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and then place down a black concrete block, which is going to be over here on the right side and right side only. And then we're going to place down 4 green terracotta blocks over. And then at this section here, we're going to go ahead and just place down a mossy cobblestone wall on both sides, and then a row of 3 green terracotta, row 3 of green shulker boxes across the middle space. And also this shulker box over here on the right side is actually going to be swapped out for a dark oak wood upstairs stair, and we're going to leave it at that, as we can't put an iron frame on the side there because we're going to put iron bars in that section. We're going to place down a spruce wood stair, and then a spruce wood slab going back from that shulker box, same thing over here, like so. And for the middle space here, we're going to go and take our black beds. We're going to place down a black bed to both sides here like that, with our pillows facing toward the inside, a dark oak wood slab in the middle, a second dark oak wood slab back, and we're going to do the same thing here. So on top of those stairs, like that to both sides. Across the back here, we're going to place down a green carpet over here on the right side, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor, and we're going to then place down a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 daylight detectors over, and then another green carpet. We then want to place down an item frame with red stained glass in that item frame, and that's going to go on this spruce wood slab here to both sides, and red stained glass obviously in them. And once we have that done, the last thing for us to do here for this layer is to go and go to the sides here and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 iron bars along the side, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. And with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 4. And real quick, I want to go and make one additional change here. We're going to go to this middle green terracotta block. We're actually going to place down a spruce wood trapdoor in its spot to make the kind of driver's view port there. Anyways, after that's been cleared up, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stripped birchwood log right here, and then 2 smooth sandstone top slabs going forward. On the very last smooth sandstone top slab here, we're going to place down a birchwood sign to both sides, and we're going to go and then place down 2 dark oak wood top slabs going forward, and on the sides of these top slabs, we're going to place down dark oak wood signs to both sides there. After that's done, we're going to then place down 1 and 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood top slabs, and on the last 2 here, dark oak wood signs again, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to then place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood top slabs after that. Once that's done, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upstairs stair here to both sides, and we're going to then place down a green terracotta block back from those stairs. When that's done, go ahead and go next to that green terracotta block. We're going to place down again a dark oak wood upstairs stair to both sides, and then a zombie head coming off the frontier of these stairs, and then also to the sides of these stairs like so. We're going to then place down a row of 5 of green terracotta cross and a dark oak wood upstairs stair again to both sides. At this point over here, we're going to then place down a row of 5 of green terracotta cross over here on the left side of the turret. We're going to place down a dark or narrow brick stair like this with a dark oak wood sign on the side, and over here to the right side we're going to place down a zombie head like so. We're going to go ahead and place down there row 5 across the middle here, a green terracotta. On both sides here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood up down stair. And then after that, we're going to place down a dark oak wood up down stair coming off that green terracotta block. On the corners there, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks across the middle there, and then 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood up downstairs across the back. Once that's all done, we're going to place down a rail over here on this black concrete block, and we want to go and then place down a item frame with a green terracotta block in the item frame like that, and that right there is going to basically wrap up what we have there for the back. And with that, that's going to wrap up layer 4. With that, we're going to move into our final layers here, which are going to be basically layers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and move into our final layers, layers 5 through 11. Alright guys, go ahead and moving into layers 5 through 11. To start off with, we're going to replace this dark oak wood top slab on the very tip here for a black nether brick slab like that. We're going to then place down 2 dark oak wood buttons here on top of the 2 slabs, 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood buttons, followed by a birchwood pressure plate, and then a birchwood trapdoor like that. To both sides of the trapdoor, we're going to place down a green carpet. We then want to go ahead and place down a daylight detector after the trapdoor, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides of the daylight detector, and then a green carpet like that. After that's done, we're going to then place down a prismarine slab here in the center, and a daylight detector to both sides, and a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off the sides there with a green carpet on top of these 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs. Our next row here, well, this right here is where the turret starts to get a little crazy. It starts to kind of do its own thing. So we're going to focus on the right side to begin with. We're going to go back from this trapdoor with a daylight detector, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood slab, followed by 1 and 2 spruce wood slabs, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a spruce wood sign, a zombie head, and a spruce wood sign like that to the side there. And we're also going to place down a spruce wood sign right here like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a zombie head here on top of that stair, and we're going to then take our dark oak wood stair, place down one like this, and we're going to then place down a stripped spruce wood log right here in front of that. We then want to place down a mossy cobblestone wall here on the front, come off that spruce wood log like so. Once that's all done, we're going to go ahead and then grab our dark prismarine here. We're going to place down a dark prismarine full block next to the mossy cobblestone wall. And then going back from it, we're going to place down a green terracotta block, followed by a spruce wood stair. And after that spruce wood stair, we're going to place down a spruce wood slab. And on the side of that slab, we're going to place down a spruce wood sign. We also want to go and go to the top up here. We're going to go and grab an item frame, and we're going to place down an item frame here on top of this green terracotta block and a green terracotta block in the item frame. We then want to go and go to the other side here. We're going to go and grab a dark prismarine stair, and we're going to place this here next to this prismarine block. We then want to go ahead and go back from it with a prismarine stair like that, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood fence post here, and then a spruce wood slab on the end. And around the 2 sides here of the spruce wood slab, we're going to place down spruce wood signs. Once that's done, we're going to place down another spruce wood slab here, and a zombie head come off the side of that. And we want to go ahead and place down one more spruce wood slab come off that zombie head going forward. In the middle section here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, and also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a smoker block. We're going to place down a smoker block here on this spot. Now on top of the smoker block, we're going to place down a green carpet, and we also want to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull, which is going to go on top of this nether brick stair like that. And we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves a item frame and a snowball. We're going to place down an item frame here on the side of the slab, and a snowball in the item frame just like that. And once that's done, we pretty much have the roof of the turret. As you can see, it's pretty crazy. A lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on the top of the turret there. But we're not quite done yet, surprisingly. We have a lot more to go. We're going to go ahead and go to this zombie head here and place down 2 end rods going up, and then 1, 2, and 3, and 4 iron bars going up for the radio antenna. We're going to go ahead and go to the top of that log here, and we're going to place down a redstone comparator, an item frame coming off of it, and a snowball like that facing toward the rear of the tank. We're going to place down a dark liquid upside stair on top of this fence post, like so, and then coming off the side of the trap or the stair, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, and then we want to place down a zombie head on top of that stair, like that, facing forward. We then want to go ahead and place down a anvil on top of this mossy cobblestone wall, and then coming off the anvil, we're going to place down a dark liquid stair. So we're working on the machine gun now. So a nether brick upside down stair, nether brick top slab, and we're going to then place down a end rod, and then a wither skeleton skull. On the side here of the nether brick stair, we're going to place down a green shulker box, item frames on both sides of this anvil, and in those item frames, we're going to place down a green terracotta block to both sides. We're also going to go ahead and grab dark liquid signs, and we're going to place down dark liquid signs on both sides of the anvil as well. On the side of this nether brick stair here, we're going to place down a dark liquid sign item frame, and in that item frame, we're going to place down a black bed, rotate it around like that. We then want to place down dark liquid sign here, and one over here on this side as well. On the very top here, we're going to place down a zombie head on top of the anvil, followed by a dark liquid trapdoor, and then lastly, a stone button on this nether brick top slab. And with that all done there, that is going to wrap up my design here for the T-72B3M main battle tank. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. If you do want to use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being thank you from a solid build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This being your 204, and I'll see you guys next time.